Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches. We are going to be doing another episode of our Ashi, which I realized at the end of the last video is most likely just a shortening of Aoi Ashito, which is the main character's name. And we're on episode 2, which is exciting because, you know, first episodes, I think generally first episodes are entertaining to watch just because there's the excitement of a new series. And the second and third episodes, they're what's going to set up what the actual story is properly going to be. So that's why I'm very curious to see how they go from here, right? It's easy to impress me on a first episode. Second and third episode, that's where you got to start doing some work. So last episode, we got introduced to Aoi Ashito. I think I'm remembering that name right. I know his name's Aoi. Is that his family name? I can't remember. Anyway, he is a sort of a pretty decent soccer player. Not as much of a team player as much as he likes to get the ball himself and try to score a lot of goals on his own. But he still respects his team, and it's an interesting dynamic. And so I'm expecting we're going to, in this episode, have the tryouts happening. He's probably going to meet other people during the tryouts, I'm guessing, and we might get introduced to some of the other cast members of this show, because that's going to be a make or break moment for this show, I think, is how entertaining the castmates are. I'm still figuring out how this channel is going to work exactly, so some experimentation may happen, maybe changes in editing, maybe changes in format of the video. I don't know. I still got to work out how this all works. So please bear with me and let me know in the comments if there's anything you particularly want to see or anything you like about what's going on here. That really helps. All right. Well, I am going to jump into episode 2 of our Ashi. Here we go. I dropped my pen. Soccer Town? OP? This is a song at the end last time, right? Because I guessed that it was. Yeah. It sounds like the band, I don't know if this is true. Probably isn't, but it sounds like the band who did the Sunny Boy ending. Wow, there's some cool designs. I liked that girl I saw for a split second there. The one with the black hair. She looked good. Pretty good sports animation there. Oh, who's she? Oh. What is this? Is that just In a Doubt? I thought it was gonna pan over to a villain, but it was just classic In a Doubt. Is she a childhood friend or something? Oh, this is a good OP. That's a good OP. I like that. I like that a lot. There's a lot of people by the looks of it. Oh! We're getting introduced? Who are you? Valderrama? Huh? Wait, hang on. Was she the girl on the phone with the with the mentor type figure at the when we first got introduced? Oh, I love her. Look at her. That's such a cute design. Hana-chan. So he's gonna be on a super team if he gets in here. Classic shaved head boy. He's 50 years old. Okay, so there is a coach. Man, this is like a super team. Manager. Okay, here's the manager. Not the coach. That's important. That's an important thing to note. It's okay, you're just here to play soccer, my man. That's a good thing. You don't want to waste some money? Oh. Any. He knows your personality. He's not going to be surprised by this. But he's mad about it. But he's like disappointed, like fatherly mad, I guess. Oh. Nope. 15 players, okay. Better than 0. Oh, 1 from the tryouts. I see. Okay. you headbutted someone. Wow. That is pretty harsh. You're not good enough. Prove yourself. I like this setup. I like this setup a lot. I'm such a sucker for sports tropes. Gambare! Okay, don't headbutt anyone, Aoi. Look at that hair. Now that's weird hair. Eisaku. You influence them. Yeah. That's a sports protagonist thing. You need to want to fight people at their best. I like the character design so far. I expected them to be kind of boring, but they're fun. I like them. A part end. Man, I love her. Is he getting owned or is he owning? He's getting owned. Oh! They're calling him Ehime. Calling him the place he's from. As long as nobody's headbutting anyone, it's fine. Tachibana? Is that what it said? Ooh, nice. I'm a fan of the way they're animating it so far. It's nice. Yeah, what can I do now that will actually help? He stopped moving, but is he in a good position? Because that's his strength. No. He looks like he's just out of it. That guy had Mirio eyes. Whoa, he can turn into a bird? This is him doing his analysis. Oh. Oh, that's a cool scene. Don't cross it out yet. He's loving it. He's loving it. He's on board. He's waiting. Is he waiting for them to make the right play? Oh, he's waiting for the other team to collapse onto him. It's like drawing a double team in basketball. Get yourself open. Assists really do feel great. Really, really, really do. Wow, why'd they push up that much? I guess so little time left, they thought they could get it. Bird's eye view. That's like his talent. He's got a good bird's eye view on the... That's cool. Come on. Come on. He only did really one good play. That's the issue, but... Tsukushima. Nice. Yes, it is. Hello, Hannah. Hannah. Aw, she's looking out for him. All-time favorite player? Your brother? Maybe? Stepsister. Okay. Right. Right. So that OP shot was her looking at her brother. That's so cute. Was that before they were brother and sister? He made it. He had to have. He had to have. Is that it? Is that the episode? Ah! ED. Gotta watch the ED. This is an odd song. Aw. Yeah, it's okay. It's decent. Alright. Alright, that's just their little screenshots in the end of the episode. Okay. Well, well, well. Color me impressed. I was very happy with that episode. Genuinely, I'm very happy with the direction they're taking it. So I said last week, that I'm the sort of person that gets, gets very attached to female characters very quickly. You probably saw an example of that in this episode. I needed to just see Hana in the OP, and I needed to see 1 second of her and hear her voice for 1 second, and I was already attached. I'm looking up here because I got my anime figures up here, and like 90% of them are female anime figures. And it's not just because I like the look of them, it's because I'm attached to the actual characters, you know. And so like I've got some male figures, you know. I've got Kageyama from Haikyuu. Back there I've got Kirishima and Deku from MHA. But other than that, I think those are the only males up there. And then I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters from Bang Dream. I've got Shiro from No Game No Life. I'm not taking them down because it's kind of precariously up there. And I've got Nobita from Jujutsu Kaisen. Is that it? I can't even tell. Because my ring light is also there, and so it's blinding me the more I look up at it. Anyway, so I get quite attached to female characters quite easily. So Hana, I love her. I love her. She's a great. This is very, very good. This show gives me, like, makes me think of Ace of the Diamond. If you've ever seen Ace of the Diamond, it's a baseball sports show. There's a bunch of episodes. There's like 200 episodes of it. And I like Ace of the Diamond quite a bit. I didn't love Ace of the Diamond, but I really enjoyed it. And like what was good about it was just sort of like there was so many episodes, so it was consistent. They took their time. They did a lot of good stuff. The thing about Ace of the Diamond is there's some female manager type characters in there who I kept sort of wanting them to have more of a role in it, and I kept sort of thinking, like, I wish they were like more integral to the story, you know, and they were more of a driving force. And if you look at like Haikyuu, and that's a better example of doing it sort of right, where the female characters are the managers, and they are quite strong, a big part of the story. And even then, in like the latest season and stuff, as much as I absolutely loved it, it was an incredible season of television. I still was there wishing, like, oh, I wish there was like a little more Yachi or like a little more Kyoko. I mean, Kyoko they gave a decent spotlight to, so I guess more Yachi. I just wish they had like a little more to do, or at least they had them talking to someone or like cheering on a bit more from the sidelines, you know? And so this setup of Hana is clearly invested in the sport. She's here on her own free time. She's here just because she respects the sport by the looks of it. She's obviously related to the manager and clearly very much, well, not related, technically not related, stepsister of the manager, clearly looks up to him a lot. I'm assuming when she was saying my favorite player used to say this and used to do this, I'm assuming she was talking about her brother. That may not be the case. Maybe it's not. But that's just in my brain. That only links together because we saw that Fukuda used to have the blonde hair, right? Unless I was misunderstanding the scene from last episode. He used to have that blonde hair and be a killer player, and then we saw her talking about, oh, my favorite player did this, and then we showed the flashback of her watching this blonde haired player. So yeah, she really looked up to her brother and still looks up to her brother and is really helping him out with that. And because of that, we have her be like a driving force, and it's always great to have that sort of thing on the side, that sort of person on the sidelines, so that it can like really, it really helps with the hype of the plays when there's someone appreciating it on the side, you know? Anyway, I'm not gonna spend the entire time talking about Hana because she was just one small part of this episode. I'm loving seeing Aoi develop. It's only been one episode so far, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the way that he stops and takes notes of everything. They did a very good job with that scene of him getting the bird's eye view of everything and it being compared to the coins dropping in the sand. That's a very cool way to show that. It's odd that like it's like they're comparing it to a crow, right? Like I'm pretty sure that's a crow or a raven, the black bird. They're comparing it to this black bird, which I initially was like, are they just copying Haikyuu? Because Haikyuu, their mascots are crows, right? And so there's always crow symbolism in the cool moments, in the most awesome moments of the show. And in this one, it looks like there's also crow symbolism in the awesome moments of the show. But that's just showing that he's getting a bird's eye view of it. They probably should have gone for eagle or something, you know, something that's... I feel like eagles are known for their sight, right? Like eagle-eyed. You're eagle-eyed. You're known for being able to like track things down. So maybe they should have just gone with an eagle. But anyway, I'm not here to tell the writer how to do his metaphors. He can do them however he wants, or she. I don't know much about the writer of this series. So yeah, we have Aoi who's developing a lot. Fukuda, we got a little bit more about his personality. It seems like he's a little more laid back than we thought. So he's a bit more, I guess, spacey is a way to put it, which is good. Because it adds some dimension to his personality, you know, and we're gonna get obviously some comedy moments out of that and stuff. But he's clearly very into the sport. And then Isaku, who's the weird, three-pronged hair guy. I actually drew on my notes. I wrote Isaku, and then to remind myself of who it was, I just drew a head with like a fork coming off the top. Because that's how I'm going to remember him. Who didn't show any skills per se, but showed sportsmanship and showed a level-headedness. Like in the future, with a few more years experience, he could be a captain of a team, you know? He didn't seem to have the demeanor of a captain, but he definitely seems to have the level-headedness of one. So maybe he could be the team strategist or something going forward. But seems like those were the main two Aoi and Isaku were the main two players spotlighted. There were a few others, like there were Kaneda, and there was a guy on the other team, or I can't remember his name, and I didn't write it down. But there was a guy on the other team. There were a few that were spotlighted, but I thought the episode was just focusing on those ones, so those are the only ones that I really took note of in my head. I'm sure we'll get to know more and more people as it goes on. But so far this episode I loved, like, much more than the first one, and I really liked the first one as well, so that's good. I'm definitely going to continue this show. It's really scratching those sports trope itches for me. I love it. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say other than the managers look cool as well. There was Tsukishima. I only remember that because Tsukishima is also a character in Haikyuu. Tsukishima is a blonde-haired one who sometimes spoke in English by the sounds of it. He did like the amazing or whatever in English, and then he went like no in another one. So he seems like the classic character that speaks English that you tend to have in a bunch of anime. He seemed like he was good as well because he gets very excited by the looks of it and is able to see what's special about things. So I bet he's going to be one of Fukuda's more trusted managers. I don't know what his role is really, because we have a coach. Maybe he's an assistant coach, I'm not sure, or just a scouter maybe. Only thing that's interesting, and I'll say this is the last thing I say because I don't want this to go on too long, this discussion, but only thing that's interesting that I'll say is it seems like this is a super team, right? It seems like they're taking the top talent from a bunch of different places, right? And the thing about sports anime is they generally don't have the characters be on a super team. In Haikyuu, it was a fallen, like, you know, people who weren't very good anymore, right? In Kuroko's basketball, it was the super team split up into a bunch of different teams, and so you were actually going to be facing all the best members from the super teams, right? There's a bunch of other examples that I can't think of off the top of my head. I can't remember what Ace of the Diamond did. Those are the main 3 sports anime that stick out of my head. But it's generally you want to go for the underdog story. So the fact that we're going for what seems to be a super team thing is interesting. What I'm expecting is going to happen is like, yeah, they're making a super team, but so is everyone else in the league. So they probably still might be the underdogs when it comes to the actual league itself. Like, it's like, you know, if you're making a team of NBA players, that's going to destroy any social league, right? But if you make a team of NBA players and then it's in the NBA, you know, then what? You're not that impressive. So yeah, that's it. That's all I really have to say about this episode. Maybe I could talk for another half an hour if I really wanted to. But I think I've said all the main points. And if I talked for another half an hour, I'd just be talking about how much I love Hana. And there's no reason for me to love her that much because she's only been on screen for about 2 minutes. So that's about it for episode 2 of Our Ashi. If you like this stuff, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment, because you can let me know if you liked my discussion, if you liked the episode, if you want to see more of something or you want to see a certain thing. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.